Hey there, everyone. My name is Brandon Blako, and I'm the CEO and founder of BioWave, a small Irish startup that is working hard on our mission to change the way that people interact with the digital world and make gaming more accessible to everyone, like many people here. Our first step towards doing this is with the creation of the Proteus controller, which I'm really excited to talk through with you today. Personally, I have always wanted to be an engineer. I've always been fascinated by all things electromechanical, and most amazed, on the border of obsessed, with video games. When I was a kid, I was sneaking into my family game room after hours to play Crash Bandicoot. When I was a teenager, I was taking apart consoles to try and see where this magic was coming from. This drove me to studying physics and engineering in university, so that I could try to recreate this experience in new and interesting ways for myself and others. This manifested in BioWave as a startup only when I met Evelyn. Toward the end of my degree, I reconnected with her. She was a childhood friend of mine, and we met by chance after my degree at a game jam. You can see us here graduating from play school together, a time when we would both go over to each other's houses and play Shrek on our PlayStations together all the time. It's a great game. It'd been 15 years since I met Evelyn last, and she told me something that changed my perspective. She told me that she had a disability called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and that she couldn't use standard video game controllers for longer than 30 minutes without experiencing pain. She told me about all of the people online that she had encountered who were also struggling to play games. This really impacted me because of how important the experience of gaming has been to me and my life. It immediately opened up my eyes to the fact that there are so many people out there whose experience of gaming is limited by existing hardware, and it sparked my natural curiosity to understand why. I knew this was all I wanted to focus on, and so I founded BioWave in June 2020 and got a team on board, starting with Evelyn. Together, we took our first steps on our journey to making gaming more accessible. And the first steps were that we created the Proteus controller. The Proteus controller is a modular video game controller kit made up of parts that easily connect together, making it a controller that adapts to the way that you play, and not the other way around. With our technology, the user can use a single kit to build over 100 million possible controller combinations. After 3 long years of development, we have just manufactured our first beta units in China, and we are really excited to start beta testing soon. In coming up with this concept, we began looking at the most obvious problems, and we started working on a solution for a problem we understood most, based on Evelyn's personal experience. This was one-handed gaming. However, when we showed our concepts for one-handed gaming controllers to many people online that we had connected with, we learned quickly that even within one disability group, people were seeking varying differences in solution. We also encountered people along the way who wanted a solution for other disabilities, and we knew we needed to think outside of the box. Ultimately, for a lot of people we spoke to, what was available on the market was not letting them reach their full gaming potential, and they found this frustrating. Many of the people we spoke with tried a huge range of things to improve their gaming experience. Some had tried existing adaptive hardware, but still felt that there was things here and there that were lacking, or that it wasn't solving for their specific use case from their perspective. People were also hacking generic controllers, 3D printing parts, and adding modeling clay, straps, and mounts, showing how creative people needed to get to go from the standardized solutions that exist to custom solutions that really let them play as best as they could. I was super inspired by the maker community, but I also saw a lot of problems. Mainly that it was not scalable or accessible to many people that we spoke to. A lot of people didn't even know where to start in this space and ended up stuck without an option forward, often resigning to not being able to play certain games or play games at all. So taking all of these problems into consideration, I believed that our solution needed to be completely modular and as discrete as possible, whilst allowing for realistic costs and manufacturing scalability. When I considered methods of making this a reality, the biggest problem of all of these immediately was manufacturing scalability. The solution that I landed on that met the best balance of all these requirements was a modular ecosystem of building blocks, approximately 40 millimeters cubed, that gives each user the ability and tool set to easily build their own controller and experiment with this, empowering them to solve their own unique problem which they understand best. This would allow for many people with unique insights into their bespoke problems to create repeatable and experimental input devices with a relatively low technical price and barrier to entry. I therefore believe that this could allow people to easily co-create solutions and share knowledge of what solutions are working within sub-community groups based upon this ease of experimentation and repeatability, with minimal overhead leading to community benefit. I hope that this product can act as a tool to help the existing groups in this complex ecosystem to accelerate experimentation and find more ways to give more people bespoke solutions so that they can enjoy the amazing world of video games. I started this company working in an attic in Galway during the COVID pandemic. And then when I brought Evelyn in, it was just Evelyn and I. Fresh out of college, working in this attic thinking, how do we solve this problem? How can we create a scalable solution that will empower thousands of people all over the world to experiment with their input devices with a couple of laptops and 3 temperamental 3D printers? And actually, at this stage, we didn't even have the 3D printers. We had to win a small student competition, which gave us the money to buy them. It was really exciting, and from there, we just iterated and iterated and iterated. Printing, getting feedback, printing, getting feedback. And we haven't stopped doing that for 3 years. As you can see, we started with some crude designs, but we couldn't crack the code on a universal solution, and we're still trying to do that, like many people here. We were testing with people over Zoom at this stage. I had the idea to send people out some building blocks and try to find commonalities between people's solutions with these building blocks. And then some people suggested just making this the product in order to accelerate this experimentation, which made a lot of sense, or at the very least, it would accelerate this co-creation through the community toward a larger set of working solutions for everyone. We 3D printed our cube concept and sent it out to testers to see if they could actually build a controller that worked for them. This went well. After we 3D printed them, added electronics, tested these configurations in action, and from there, we built the modular cubes, and the Proteus controller was born. The prototype was done, and we moved to the fun part, manufacturing for scale. So over the past 6 months, we've been manufacturing the Proteus controller beta units, and I have had the privilege to move over here to China to oversee the process and see each process that's happening to make this a reality. Each kit comes with everything you need to play straight out of the box. The kit consists of body modules which lock together and make up the shape of your controller, and peripheral buttons, handles, and plugs which snap on magnetically, allowing you to quickly snap and play. The Proteus controller can be taken apart and reconfigured over and over, so you can try different combinations or have configurations for different games even. The parts are curved significantly and can connect together at 16 different angles in order to improve the ergonomics of the system. So we are building an all-in-one solution with a companion software application that allows you to remap your buttons, improve your gameplay, or share your design to aid that co-creation with people all around the world. We see the work that people are doing in this space, and we want to create a space where people can share their ideas with each other with the BioWave team in an accelerated format in order to facilitate that community experimentation. The modules can make a large number of configurations, but to get a truly customized solution, we are supporting 3D printed attachments and tool sets to aid in this process. We are open sourcing the mechanical connection mechanism of the Proteus controller to allow people to 3D print custom parts and add them to their configurations, such as handles, analog sticks, mounts, stands, whatever you want. You'll be able to do this in a range of different ways. For those who are proficient with CAD, you can download our connection mechanism and CAD your own designs. You can also share these designs with the community so that other people can try them for themselves. We will also be offering some standard 3D printable parts that you can configure using our parametric software. But don't worry if you don't have a 3D printer. You'll be able to order 3D parts through our site. So this is a very short video just showing some of the manufacturing process that I have had the pleasure of overseeing over here in China with the partners that we are working with. So these are the electrodes for the tooling process being made, which you can see have the inverse imprints of a lot of the many mechanical parts that we have had created. So this is then the indentation and creation of that tooling. And there's been a lot of complexities that it has been a huge privilege to learn about from a personal perspective and for the team in managing a scalable hardware consumer electronics process, from firmware integration, how to manage rollbacks, from mechanical engineering, all the steps in the assembly process, the PCB, PCBA, logistics, putting a team in place so that orders can be tracked efficiently, sent between multiple different locations efficiently, localization. It's just been an amazing ride. And as you can see here, we have some beautiful beta units to show from all the hard work of the BioWave team and partners we've been working with. And it just makes us all the more excited to be able to showcase these and work with test users over the next 6 months with these units. We have been slowly growing a community of both disabled and non-disabled gamers on our Discord server. It's been really interesting meeting people all around the world, from PAX East to our trips around Ireland to the many Zoom conversations we had when we started this company, to people from Australia, New Zealand, the UK, everywhere. And we've asked a lot of these people to join this Discord server, and this community has really been invaluable to us and has really shaped the direction of the Produce Controller and as BioWave as a company. We're just about to move into our beta test phase. This is where we will be testing the units that we're currently manufacturing with all of these individuals and organizations that we have already met and that we hope to meet all around the world. As part of the beta test phase, we want to test the controller with game developers who are interested in making their games more accessible by making them compatible with the Produce Controller. Given the modularity of the controller ecosystem and the almost endless configurations that you can make with it, there's huge potential in what kind of accessible games could be made for the Produce Controller itself, now that you are no longer limited by the existing standard control scheme. If you're interested in developing for our Produce Controller to widen the scope of accessible games for accessible input devices and experiment with this combination, then please reach out to us, as we would love to work with you. We still also have limited availability for our beta test phase, so if you or anyone you know are interested in testing this Produce Controller over the next 6 months, please sign up either as an individual or as an organization on our website at biowave.com/beta testing. We will be sending the test units to people all over the world in June at the end of this year. We're testing with disabled gamers and non-disabled gamers of all ages and abilities. As part of this test phase, we are testing our 3D printing ecosystem, and we are looking for passionate makers to join the community and start building and making cool things for the Produce Controller to share with the community using our open source tools. The goal of the test phase is to ensure that the Produce Controller is as good as it can possibly be when we launch at the end of this year, and we want to make sure that the community has a say in that. As part of our research, we will be working with University College Dublin Smart Labs to create a hardware standard for accessible input devices and try to help with this as much as we possibly can, along with all the other fantastic organizations that will be adding to this research. If you're interested in developing for the Produce Controller, please do make sure to contact us. You can also sign up for the beta testing, as I said previously, on our website at biowave.com/beta testing. And please also join our Discord server to chat with us more and share your ideas, thoughts, and discussions. You can join using this QR code on the screen right now. So thank you very much for listening. And if anyone has any ideas or would like to collaborate, please reach out. Okay, thank you.